Okay, the next thing we're going to do today is I'm going to read an article for some of my students here at Action. This is going on the Action Student YouTube. I'm just reading an article about a teenager that was arrested in Japan I think it was last August for, he got a rope and he strung it up across a highway at night or a road as a kind of a prank, an itazura, a kind of prank. And a woman on a motorcycle, just like me, had an accident, and anyway, he was arrested, and it became a big scandal here. So I'm going to read an article. This article comes from a very interesting news site I've never heard before. It's a site called stripes.com, and I've never heard of this, so I'm mentioning this to you. It's a military. It's a homepage that has military news. So if you're interested in finding out about what the military is doing, this might be an interesting site for you. Okay. Now you can also find similar articles like this on Japan Times and Japan Today, etc. Okay, let me read it. I'm going to read it for you. Ready? U.S. teen gets suspended prison sentence in Yokota, that's American accent, Yokota rope stringing case by Charlie Reed and Hana Kusumoto. Is that right? What's wrong? What are you laughing?
You sound like Hanakuso.
Yeah, that is a terrible name. Hanakusumoto. Tachikawa, Japan. A Japanese court sentenced an American teen to a suspended 2-year prison term Friday by stringing a rope across a street near Yokota Air Base that caused serious injury to a Japanese motorist. The 19-year-old, the son of an U.S. This is interesting. Conversationally, you would say U.S., but grammatically, un-U.S., right? Let's try it again. The 19-year-old, the son of a U.S. Air Force officer based at Yokota, who still lives with his parents, did not necessarily intend to hurt anyone with the prank gone wrong. The 3-judge panel ruled, but he should have known better and must be held criminally responsible. Now, here's something interesting. This is a Japanese court. Usually when military are involved, often an American military court is used. But I guess in this case, maybe because he was a civilian, a Japanese court was used. Maybe if his father had been arrested, a military court would have been used. Let's continue. Yeah. He was convicted of bodily injury and obstructing traffic and faced up to 15 years in prison. But his suspended sentence means he will avoid prison if he does not commit any more crimes in Japan for the next 3 years. His name has been withheld from court proceedings, and his identity was protected during the trial because he is considered a minor under Japanese law. Defense attorney Takuro Matsubara, let me pause there for a second. So it's a suspended sentence. That means that, you know what a suspended sentence is? He doesn't go to jail. Amazing. He doesn't go to jail. But he could have gotten 15 years in prison. So he's really lucky. He got off. He got off pretty lightly. The expression get off means no punishment. Get off lightly means slight punishment. Okay, defense attorney Takura Matsubara would not comment on his client's reaction to the sentencing Friday, and said he was still considering whether to appeal the ruling. The ruling is the decision. So this kid, this 19-year-old boy's defense attorney, is considering appealing the decision, which means he's going to ask the court to reconsider, which I think is stupid. He's lucky. That's a stupid kid. Okay, the American and 3 other teens from Yokota confessed to the August 2009 incident, which left a 23-year-old woman with a fractured skull. She spent 17 days in the hospital and was out of work for 2 months after the crash. Okay, fractured means broken. That's another word for broken bone. Fractured arm, fractured bones, fractured skull. Wow. Japanese police arrested and detained all 4 American teens in late 2009, but prosecutors only indicted one, calling him the mastermind of the rope incident. The other 3 have left Japan, Yokota spokesman Captain Tanya Bryan said Friday. Although the victim did not testify during the trial, that started in July, she submitted 2 impassioned statements to the court, insisting that the teen be severely punished. She is considering suing the American and his family for civil damages, Matsubara said. Okay, so there were 4 American kids. Only one of them was arrested. The other 3 have left Japan. They only arrested one because they said he was the mastermind. He's the one who came up with the idea. Which is strange that the other ones would not be arrested, right? But maybe because they were minors. Who knows? She did not testify. Testify is when you speak in court, right? But I didn't know you could do this. She submitted 2 impassioned statements to the court. I wonder why 2. Insisting that the teen be severely punished. And now she's thinking about suing the family, right, for civil damages. Very American of her to do. Do Japanese do this a lot? Do they sue each other?
Yeah,
in criminal
sometimes.
cases?
Yeah.
Americans almost always do. If they can. Okay. It was unclear Friday if the military would bar the teen or active duty mother from leaving Japan with a civil lawsuit pending, Brian said. The American family has already paid approximately $17,000 in gomenasai, or I'm sorry payments. I should say gomenasai, or I'm sorry payments to the victim, as is customary in the Japanese legal system. I almost want someone to hit me. That's a lot of money. I don't think we have that system in America. We don't have any kind of I'm sorry money. But so the boy is 19. In Japan, he's still a minor, 19?
Yeah.
What age do you have to be to drink? 20?
20.
Okay. How about serve in the army? No idea?
No idea.
Okay. Well, because he's a minor, he cannot leave. But his mother, she didn't do anything wrong. She might be barred from leaving as well. Now they use an expression in line 21. They say the expression, a lawsuit is pending. Pending means they're waiting to see what will happen. That lawsuit is pending. It means kind of waiting. A little bit, I don't know what you would say in Japanese, tochu or something. Just before the sentence came down, well, the reason they say came down, by the way, is the judge used to sit in a very high position. So he would hand down the sentence. Just before the sentence came down, prosecutors introduced a new medical report that shows the victim's injuries are far worse than originally expected. That's my case too. Although she is still able to work, she has difficulty mastering new tasks and communicating with others, prosecutors said in court Friday. After the report was submitted into evidence, the teen repeated the apology he has uttered throughout the trial in Tokyo District Court in Tachikawa. I am still sorry for what happened, and I stand by that, he said. Utter is just another word for say. What's the difference between utter and say? Utter has kind of more of a closer feeling to mutter, like butsu butsu kind of. When someone doesn't komori, what do you say?
Domori.
Domori. It's a little bit. It's not. Domori is stutter.
Yeah.
Utter. He uttered. He uttered.
口ごもる.
No, it has nothing to do with that. But the word sounds similar. Utter and stutter. Domori is stutter.
domori is stutter.
Utter is just say. I think.
But not clearly.
No, not necessarily. My feeling is generally it's not clear. He uttered. But sometimes it's very clear. He uttered strongly. I guess it just means say. It's another word. But you can add a fukushi to it. Like he uttered defiantly. He uttered in agony or something. So. Remember this is a newspaper, and newspapers get really bored with using say. So they change the word maybe. Okay. Any questions right off the bat there? Anything immediate? No? We're going to go through it little by little. Okay. I'll turn this off for now, and we'll go through the other. Okay.
Okay.